Alright guys, welcome back to Shepherd's Creek Podcast. This is Woodstove Chronicles Part 2, and I wanted to jump on here real quick and give you an update on how it went last night because it was our first cold night here in Southern Illinois. We had a night of about 16 degrees last night, and so this was kind of the first test with a cold night to see how it would heat the whole house. And theoretically, I had thought that this would heat the whole house, but then sometimes things work out in your mind, and then when it's real life, practical, right down in front of your face, it doesn't actually work out. This, however, has worked out exactly like I thought it would. So last night we go to bed and I pumped a bunch of wood in there, and just so you know, I'm burning ash and oak, primarily ash right now. If you look up any just Google search, you'll find that the best wood that you can burn in a wood stove is ash and oak, oak being the number one. Gives you the most BTUs, and it just burns for the longest. So any of that kind of hardwood stuff that has been seasoned, that, like I said in the last video, that is at least a year old, will burn really well. So I'm burning ash, and I really just shoved this thing full of wood last night going to bed. We go to bed, wake up about 2 in the morning, Providence is crying and just waking up, and so we did that thing, and she's just turned 1, and so we're still getting up periodically throughout the night, and we felt that it was a little bit cold. I think our bedroom was 67 degrees, and when I walked downstairs, because I think I heard Ransom or Valor 1 downstairs as well, walked downstairs and I think it was 70 degrees down here. So I knew that if it was 70 down here, it's always going to be a couple degrees cooler upstairs. And I ended up throwing a couple logs on at 2 in the morning. And then by just a couple hours later when I got up, we were looking at 77 degrees upstairs, and it was back up to 72 degrees in the whole house. And our bedroom is in the back corner of the house, the furthest away from the wood stove, and that was 66 degrees when we woke up this morning. And that started to climb a little bit. Now, just for a frame of reference, our home is a 1,500 square foot home on top of 1,500 square foot basement. So 1,500 square feet on 1,500 square feet. This is rated, I think, right at 2,000 square feet. And this fills up the heat downstairs, and then that just radiates upstairs, and that cold air intake is bringing it through the whole house. And so it's been really neat to see this kind of develop from my mind of what I thought would work, and then to actually, it just has actually worked. So this is going to be pretty cool to continue to do this. Now, in the future episodes, Ransom's going to be joining me, and we're going to be doing more of the Sparksman podcast. Ransom, you have anything to say?
If you ever have a fireplace, you need to have a metal or steel bucket beside it.
That's for your ashes?
Ashes. And if you want, you can have one of these.
Okay, be careful, that's hot. And that's right, if you want, this is an option that you can have, and I'll be talking about this in future episodes. What I'm going to be doing in future episodes, and Ransom's going to be joining me. For instance, we're going to be doing a Sparksman podcast on pocket knives. Really important information that you're going to want to know. You definitely need to hit subscribe, like, share this, or whatever, because there is some, I'm talking top shelf level material coming with why kids need pocket knives as well. So we're going to be talking about pocket knives and also how to use those safely and how to do that only when you're around your dad, that kind of stuff. Real important. In fact, Valor got his first pocket knife this year. Valor, you want to say hey?
Hey.
You got to come in front of the camera. Come back over here. Okay. Want to say hey?
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Pocket knife.
I got a pocket knife.
He,
Red.
he got a red pocket knife. And we're going to be talking about that. We got that at Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Sevierville, Tennessee, which is pretty fun. We got to go on vacation there. And Ransom got a buck knife. We are buck knife guys. And so Sparksmen love buck knives, and he got a buck knives hat. That's pretty
My
cool.
hair's kind of crazy right now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the plan with the Woodstove Chronicles. We're going to go through a couple episodes here in the future, and one of those is going to be on accessories, like things that are just optional that you don't necessarily need but are fun to have, like this fan. The other is going to be things that are necessities, things like this ash bucket right here, and then we're going to do an episode on how to clean all the ash, how to clean the window. These may be broken up into separate categories here, and then I'm actually going to take you outside as well, and you're going to see the processing place, where I go out and I cut the wood up, I cut the stumps up with my chainsaw, and then I take my wood splitting axe and I split the wood, and then if there's anything smaller, I've got a hatchet or I've got another axe that I split with. And what I can tell right now is that about for every 3 days of firewood, you need about 1 hour of work. It's really not that bad. Going into next year, I'm going to have all my wood cut, and I've got wood that's sitting out there waiting right now, a bunch of oak actually that's seasoning right now for next year, and will be ready for me to cut up in the summer and then in the fall to have fully ready by the winter time. But this year, since I just got this installed, it's going to take some time to get my wood supply, and I'm having to cut it, as I'm burning it. So I did have a little bit already built up. But what I can tell is for 1 hour of work, I can go out, get my saw, cut the bigger pieces up, and then split and have at least 3 days worth of firewood sitting right here on the other side of my wall, right on the outside of our walkout of our basement. And so far so good. And then when I get to cleaning the chimney flue, which will happen once a year, we'll do that as well. And I'll show you a video on how to do that. If you have any questions, please let me know, because I'm by no means an expert. I'm very much of a novice in this, and I've done a lot of just kind of reading, like anybody has that's got into wood stoves or wanted to get into this. But like I said, I wanted to see more videos like this on Gab, and I thought, man, this would be fun for me to do. I enjoy this kind of stuff. And so I decided to go ahead and put this video out, and several videos out for you. So if you do have questions, please let me know, and then I can do an episode on that and just kind of let you know what I know about it. And if I don't know anything about it, maybe I can research it and then, pass the information along. And I think that's it. Hey, so Jordan, you still liking it?
I love it.
You love it? Okay, that was Jordan over there, and she said she loved it. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back soon.